Test. What's poppin', everybody? Welcome back to the brand new episode of Murder on the Orient Express. I got a Christie. It's an educational video too, because who doesn't want to read the book? You can go to my video, just watch the freaking show and the game, and you also have the movie too. So you have so many ways to learn how the Murder in the Orient Express happened, and it's just freaking amazing. So if you haven't watched the previous two episodes, please go there and watch them and check them out, because they're really important. Because if you don't watch them, you won't understand where we stopped the last time. But long story short, for you guys who can't watch the new episode, I'm gonna give you a short story, which we went to the Orient Express. We are I always want to say Sherlock Holmes, I don't know why, but yeah, we are Hercule Poirot. And we went from Syria to England, and now we had the first case, which was basically the lost train ticket, which was also like a tutorial to how to do these cases and everything. And now we are in the Orient Express. We started, and the first night went really good, and the second night we basically had a murder. We are stuck here on the bridge, and here's a tunnel on the left side waiting for us to go further, but we can't because we are stuck, and we are waiting for some help. Was it police or some team that's gonna dig up the ice? Snow, I'm not quite sure, but we will find out eventually. I apologize. And now we have a story, which is basically a murder that happened. The last night, the guy asked me, can I be his private assistant and basically help him out if something happens? He has a bunch of enemies. And then in the morning, he was dead. The murder happened about 1 a.m. And we are now... the room is next door to us. Now we have... we made some discussions here. Which is basically, I think he's the murderer. And now we have Ratchet wanted to be on his guard, yet he took sleeping pills because he had I'm saying I cannot cover up all the details, but long story short, the murder happened. Now we have to interrogate every single passenger on the train and see their alibis, and then realize who is the murderer and who is not a murderer. And I guess find out more about the story eventually. But yeah, Ratchet had sleeping pills, and he took sleeping pills to sleep, but he also had a gun underneath under his pillow. So it doesn't really make sense for him to take the sleeping pills and have a gun underneath his bed, which is stupid. I have to go and interrogate Ratchet's secretary, which are basically important, these two of these people, and also I must interrogate Ratchet's wallet. So these two are the main suspects because they worked for Ratchet. So maybe he had some opponents, maybe he had some enemies, maybe they did this for some internal motive that we don't know. So we have to check that out. So we have to interrogate them too. Also, we have Mr. Michel should have the list of passengers with their compartment numbers. So we have to also see Mr. Michel to see all the passengers and to talk to them and interrogate them, I assume, to see the alibis and realize who could have been a potential killer, which we'll probably find out soon. Also, we have to interrogate Ratchet's neighbor, Mrs. Hubbard. I'm not sure if she's the actual neighbor of him. I think it's just the neighbor in the Orient Express train. And also, I was the one, but I guess I didn't kill him because it would be too obvious, and the story didn't really make sense if that happened. I should interrogate Mr. Michel. So we have the Mr. Michel. Okay, sure, amazing. So let's proceed further. Let's not waste any time. Let's see what happens here and what can we do. Let me just point the mic to the right direction. I'm sorry. Beautiful. Perfect. So, Mrs. Michel, this is the crime scene, if I'm not mistaken. 203, yes. There he is, dead. He's doing the autopsy on him, and we also find a bunch of stuff. But we also find a letter saying, for every single person you hurt, you will like pay back or some stuff like that. So yeah, also 204, which is going to be the Mrs. Michel. So let's see what she has to say.
Good morning, madam. I am Hercule Poirot.
Caroline Hubbard. What can I do for you, Mr. Poirot?
I am the bearer of unfortunate news.
It's obvious with all the commotion that something has happened.
Madame Hubbard, I am afraid your neighbor, Monsieur Ratchet, was murdered last night.
Oh my God! I knew it! I knew it!
I would like to ask you some questions, but first, may I inspect your room?
Of course, yes, you must.
Okay, her reaction was a little overreacting though, but I think she's Canadian. I don't know what she is. I think she's a maid in 37. Ah, it's not right. Maybe even 60. No, 37. She's not 60, she's 37, but housewife.
No, no, no.
No.
Not good.
Controller.
I do not
No.
think that's the right answer.
Canadian?
This is wrong.
I don't know.
I'm never far from the
I need hints. I need hints. Miss Husband is a very outgoing person. She's at least 60 years old. She's American, but apparently has no profession. Oh, she has no profession, so she's the housewife, she's American, and she's 60. Damn, I would have never guessed that. What the flip. I'm so bad at this.
That's the right answer.
Jesus Christ. Oh, sorry, I have to turn off my Bluetooth. I don't know why I had that. Okay, so I have to search the room. Sorry, I have to just... let's do it in the other cutscene. Lock...
This door connects to Monsieur Ratchet's compartment.
That's also really specific. Yes, like it says. So it was latched on the side.
To Monsieur Ratchet's compartment.
Okay. True, but the other thing that really says, because she said, I want to have a man or like a male in my room because I'm not quite like sure, and she's scared of, I guess, that we are stuck in the snow. So she was the one asking to have somebody in the room. Also, around 1:15, if you haven't checked out the previous episode, please go watch it. Something happened, and the police guy who was standing in the hall was checking her room, so she wasn't able to sleep. A bunch of stuff, but let's just get to the conclusions later. Let's find more evidence.
The luxury of the Orient Express is present in every detail.
Wait, what? There's nothing. Am I tripping, or I'm missing something? What the flip?
Here is a jacket button. It bears the logo of the Orient Express.
Okay, we have a jacket button.
Inspecting your room, if you don't mind.
Okay. I'm not sure what do I have to do with that one, though. Within here. Mustache! Oh, nice!
Another golden mustache to treasure.
Okay, that's funny. I love how we are picking up golden mustaches as treasure. I'm not quite sure how this goes, though. Okay, I understand this, that I have to open it up, and also this one. But now I see this... I thought it's a book, but no, and there's nothing here. I'm not quite sure what I have to do. Is there something you have to do with this? Because I'm not seeing really a conclusion or, well, any... murder on the Orient Express full game. Because I'm not really seeing connections to the game here. Like how do I have to move this, or is there anything to move? I would actually love to. Wait, okay, so he's dead. Talking to him, we are entering the house. We see this thing and then this too. So we have to open it up. What then? Nothing. Yeah, nothing. Okay, so he just skipped it. Because what was happening to me, like I can't do anything and he's telling me like there's more stuff to it. So let's just talk to her. I don't know. The last night?
Madame, please tell me about last night.
The murderer was right here in my compartment. I woke up. All in the dark it was. I was just so scared I couldn't scream. I pressed the call button. I pressed and pressed. I heard footsteps running in the corridor, then a knock on my door. "Come in," I screamed. And I switched on the lights at the same time. And would you believe it? There wasn't a soul there.
You think he went back into the other compartment?
How do I know where he went? I had my eyes shut tight. The conductor came in. I told the man what had happened, and he didn't seem to believe me. I asked him to search the room, but he found nothing. I told the conductor to look at the door between the compartments, and sure enough, it wasn't bolted. Well, I soon saw to that. I told him to bolt it, then and there.
Okay, the connecting door.
How is it you didn't bolt the door between the two compartments?
But I had. Well, as a matter of fact, I asked that Swedish lady, Olsen, Greta, if it was bolted, and she said it was.
How was it you could not see for yourself?
I was already in bed, and my toiletry bag was hanging on the hook of the door. I couldn't see the latch from where I was.
What time was it when you asked her to do this for you?
Oh, it must have been around 10:30 or 10:45 p.m. She'd come along to see if I had an aspirin. But instead of opening my door, she opened Mr. Ratchet's door by mistake. He said something quite rude, like, "Not a chance, lady, you're too old."
Oh my god, it's funny.
She came in. I told her where to find the aspirin, and she got it out of my toiletry bag. Ugh, poor girl.
Okay,
She didn't have
he's
a good
funny.
night.
What the
Same
flip?
could be said for Monsieur Ratchet. It appears Mademoiselle Olsen may be the last person to see Ratchet alive.
True. Replay the toiletry bag scene.
Is this your handkerchief?
No, not at all.
Yet it is embroidered with an initial H, like your name.
I don't care. It's not mine, and I would certainly never buy something so impractical as that frilly thing.
Okay,
Are
smoker?
you a smoker?
No, definitely not. Filthy habit.
The button?
I found a jacket button on your table. It looks like it belongs to
A train employee?
a train employee. The button bears the logo of the Orient Express.
Well, of course the conductor came in last night, but he didn't go near that table.
Still, it's a safe bet that it belongs to the conductor. I'll check his jacket later, to be sure.
Okay, that's also really interesting. Thank you. That's it, right? Ah, we have to replay the scene, though.
Let's see if Mrs. Hubbard was telling the truth about the latch of the connecting door.
Why do I have this? Ah, the bag. Okay. Celery bag. I think she's lying.
This hook is probably where Mrs. Hubbard hung her toilet.
Yeah, it's such a lie. What the flip?
I can see the latch very well from here, even with the toiletry bag attached. I'll have to clear that up with Mrs. Hubbard.
Yeah.
Mrs. Hubbard, you told me that the door connecting the two compartments was closed, correct?
Yes, it was, as I told you. I was already in bed and my toiletry bag was hanging on the hook of the door. I couldn't see the latch from where I was. That's why I asked Miss Olsen to check if it was closed.
Are you sure everything you've told me is accurate?
Mm.
Of course, I have an excellent memory.
You must have had a moment in the evening when you could have checked the latch, but you didn't. Why?
I was so tired I didn't feel like getting out of bed. Then the Swedish girl came in.
Aspirin?
You said you couldn't see the latch from your bed, yet you had to get up from your bed to give Mademoiselle Olsen the aspirin.
No, I stayed in bed and told her the aspirin was in my toiletry bag in the vanity. I did ask her to check if the latch between the compartments was closed.
Oh wait, check if the aspirin was in the bag and the bag was on the door hanging. And he said it was toiletry. What the flip? She's lying.
Mrs.
She's
Hubbard,
really lying. What the
you
flip?
putting your toiletry bag on the door hook as you told me.
This is really
You
stupid.
can easily see the latch on the
Yeah, it's visible.
toiletry bag does not hide the latch at all.
Are you saying I'm lying? It may have been stuck somehow in a different position, or I may not have seen it in the darkness. Or I didn't think to look, you irritating man.
Details matter, madame. A man has been most savagely murdered. You will excuse me if I attempt to separate the truth from the false.
Forget my toiletry bag and focus on who entered my compartment. Probably after killing Mr. Ratchet.
Madame Hubbard is a force to be reckoned with, but I suspect I'm not done with her.
Yeah.
Thank
Okay.
you for your assistance, madame.
Okay, that's basically it. Search from 202, 204, but no luck with it. I don't know what to say. She's a specific person. Bunch of stuff she said, and I don't think anything matched something. I don't know. To me personally, she has some things to say, though. To be honest, because the criminal came through her door. Toilet bag does not hide the door latch, which is also sus, and also the other woman came inside. And if I'm not mistaken, the other woman running through the hall was barefoot, which is also a really sus event happening there. But a bunch of stuff happened, to be honest. The barefoot running, and then also search room 204. I found the jacket button on her table, and the connecting door was closed, which also was really sus, because if you're having a connecting door and you do not close it, then it's really sus. Confront Mrs. Hubbard, could see the latch from where she was. So, I don't know. Bunch of stuff happened, but in my case, her lying about not being able to check the door, and then the other person checking up the door and saying it was closed is also really specific and sus. And why would the other person lie? I don't know. Maybe they are all connected to the murder. But I would love to. What do I want to say? The underbag was not hiding the door. Can see latch from here. Okay. Let's talk with the secretary and other people, and also he was really specific here too. He also played a role, if I'm not mistaken. So we can also talk to him.
Monsieur Michel, I must ask you a few questions if you don't mind.
I will do everything I can to.
Thank you very much,
Tell
Michel.
me about yourself.
Very well. My name, as you know, is Pierre Michel. I am from Calais. I've been with the company for over 15 years.
Thank you.
Okay, he seems French. He's I mean, wallet. I guess he's a controller. He's also 57. Okay, nice. We have a clear picture about him. Hold on, thank you. Do you have a list of passengers,
Can
please?
you provide me with a listing of the passengers and their rooms, please?
Yes, certainly.
Oh, sorry. I had my stuff. Pierre Michel 301, Freya Nilsson 301. Okay, so Pierre Michel and Freya are in the same room. Hotaru Mori and Jean, Rudolph. We are all now in the separate rooms. So only staff was together. So 301, 301, 302, 302. Okay, we also have Harris, Hector, Edward, Antonio, Mary, Greta. Okay, so we have like two of them, and then we also have 201, 202, 203, 204, 205, and 107, 106 are separated. So they are all alone. Okay, now replace 112. Okay, so problem is we had a bunch of stuff, bro, to do. You know, there's like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 people we have to interrogate and see what they have to say about this case. Smoker?
Are you a smoker?
Indeed.
Do you smoke e-cigarettes?
No. Tobacco only.
Okay, so we have to find who was the guy dropping things in his room. Ratchet?
I would like to reconstruct with your help the events of last night. Monsieur Ratchet retired to bed. When?
Almost immediately after dinner, sir. Actually, before we left Belgrade.
Did anybody go into his compartment after that?
His valet, monsieur. Monsieur Masterman. And then his secretary, the young American gentleman. Monsieur McQueen.
And that is the last time
Okay.
you saw or heard of him?
No, monsieur. You forget that Monsieur Ratchet rang his bell around 12:40 a.m., soon after we had stopped. I knocked at the door, but he called out in French, "Ce n'est rien, je me suis trompé." I then left to answer another bell that had just rung.
Okay, presence at 115.
Where were you at 1:15 a.m.?
I was sitting on my little seat at the end of the car, facing up the corridor.
Are you sure?
I left a little after 1 a.m. to speak about the snow with my colleague Jean in the bar car. I came back later there was a call. I remember speaking to you.
Indeed, I remember. Carry on.
It was the American lady, Madame Hubbard. She thought she saw a man in her compartment. Then, around 1:50 a.m., I made the bed for Monsieur Ratchet's secretary, Monsieur McQueen. He had spent the evening talking with the English Captain Arbuthnot. At 2 a.m., I returned to my place and stayed there until dawn.
Damn, bro, so much stuff. The last station?
What is the last station where we stopped?
Winkowski.
Could someone have come on board?
Possibly. I was very busy. Owing to the weather, we were a few minutes late. We left at 12:10 a.m.
I found a button from an Orient Express staff jacket. Did you lose one by any chance?
No, monsieur. As you can see, I have all my buttons. It is not mine.
Okay. Presence at 1:15 a.m. is what not scares me, but what clears his alibi to some sort, because as from his story, he left about 1 a.m. to speak about snow in the bar car and then come back, so he couldn't have possibly see the killer. But if killing happened after 1:15, like 1:30, he could have seen it. So who knows? I don't know. Okay, Mr. Michel's activity. Let me just paint the picture here. So Mr. Michel leaves for the bar with Mr. This is like 1:15. Goes to make bed, but Mr. Hubbard calls Mr. Michel, then he speaks with me. Mr. Michel stays in his post until the morning. That's the end. The train is stuck by the snow drift. Ratchet calls Mr. Michel. Smokes on the station platform of Winkowski. Mr. Michel returns to the train and the train leaves. So these two have to be connected, right? Somehow. I'm lost. This is so much information. I can't remember everything. What the flip? And I wasn't paying much attention to him speaking, to be honest. But Mr. Michel smokes on the station platform of Winkowski. I don't know how to say this stuff. Mr. Michel returns to the train station and then leaves. Okay, so he was smoking on a station, and then he has to return. So these two are together. Also, staying until the morning is also there. So the train is stuck by the snowdrift. Ratchet calls Mr. Michel. Then he speaks with me. Could be this, could be this.
I do not think that's the right answer.
I don't know. I'm lost. Was on the station platform at midnight. Oh, he was on the station platform at midnight. So smokes on the station platform, then this, then this. That's the correct one. Yeah. Okay, so I maybe missed a couple of one, but I was good. That was good.
Gray cells did not let me down.
Okay. Mr. Michel remained at his post from 12:10 to the morning, except from 1:05 a.m. to 1:20 or 20. From 1:50 to 1 a.m. Okay, so these are the time he wasn't there and paying attention. The killer avoided Mr. Michel. Select two elements that help deduce who the killer avoided being seen by Michel. $1:15. These two, right? Yeah, the murderer was able to take advantage of Mr. Michel's to escape within being seen at 1:15 a.m. because he was not there from 1:05 to something. Damn, so like I said, Michel couldn't see him. But at the same time, murder this complex, murderer had to work with somebody else, so it can't be only one murderer, or it could be only one murderer, but he had to have allies to do this, because I'm not sure with who he talked and who called him, but maybe the murderer called like a call, like, hey, call him right now, and he called him and then he killed. Maybe that's the case, I'm not quite sure.
While Monsieur Michel was chatting with Monsieur Fauchet in the bar car between 1 a.m. and 2 a.m., the murderer could have escaped Ratchet's room without being seen.
Facts.
I'm right again. That happens to me.
Facts. Jesus. Okay. Is Mr. Hubbard the suspect? Well, is Mr. Michel a suspect? Who's Mr. Hubbard, though? I can't remember his face. John Locke. Is she the suspect? Is that what you're asking me? Oh, for sure. Big yes.
According to the information I have, this is a solid...
For sure she is. What the flip? She's the biggest one. She's lying about so many stuff. And I also think he is also a suspect, though. But I mean... No?
This appears to be a good lead.
I mean... Hypothetically speaking, the guy just wasn't sitting there at the moment. We didn't confirm his alibi, though, but, he's a conductor sitting in the freaking station. I don't think he killed anybody. I don't think he's the one who was into this. Because, okay, Mrs. Hubbard, my bad, is really sus because of the other girl that came into, or woman, my bad, ma'am, whatever the heck name you want to call it, came to her car or corridor, and then she checked the doors, and also the story with the bag hiding the lock is also really sus. So a bunch of susses she's pointing at herself, but Mr. Michel wasn't there. He was in the bar. I don't think he would do anything. So I don't think he's the right suspect. I think he's clear, though. He's really clear. I don't see him as a potential murderer or potential suspect because he's working here for 15 years. I don't know. It doesn't really make sense to me at all, to be honest. Let's proceed further. Is there any... Yeah, okay, nice. We have the bar. She's also there.
So, Poirot, I hope you are progressing in your investigation.
I have not finished yet, but it is progressing, yes. I still have many questions that must be answered. I will report to you as soon as I can.
Can I ask him something else? Okay. I still can't ask him anything else. I talked to all of you. I have to go to 105 section, or the restaurant. I think they're also in the restaurant, so that could also be a good case here. But there's nobody in the restaurant, so I think I might be going the wrong way. But I will have to check it again. Just take a quick look. Is there anybody here? Can I talk to the staff here? Is that a case? I can't talk to them. Okay, they're cooking. Ooh, what's she cooking? She's cutting carrot, and he is... Seems like some sort of soup, but quite yellow. Ooh, damn, a mustache.
Golden mustache.
That's what's up. That's what I love to see, boys. Okay, I went the wrong way. So back to the story. Okay, we did find that she's a potential suspect and he isn't. But is this the actual answer, or is this like, I don't know, it doesn't matter. Okay, so now we have to talk to Ratchet's secretary and Ratchet's valet. Okay, let's just proceed further then. I guess I don't have much to do than just talk to them and I guess paint a picture about this. Who is a suspect, who is not. But Michel, I think indeed he isn't. Because it just doesn't make sense for him to be a suspect or even work with them or to be a killer. He wasn't there. I mean, from the story he told me, he's not there in the present time. So I think we are good to go with the Mr. Michel. Now we have to... I mean, she is sus. Really sus. Okay, 204 was her. 203 was the murder happened. 202 is me. And 201 is nobody. I have to go back to the car state. Okay, this is where I'm at. I have to go to the back station and see 107, 106. I also have a list of passengers, so yeah, I can also come there. I think, yeah, that's the one I'm looking for. I will have to talk to you. This is also a really little small one, and also it has a crossing one from 104 to 103, which is also really sus. I think 102 is also there, so they could also cross rooms from rooms, which is also really sus.
Monsieur Edward Masterman, I believe. May I ask you some questions?
I can barely talk. I have a terrible toothache.
We have a doctor on board the train. Perhaps...
I do not need a doctor. I use essential oils. If you can find my flask of clove oil in my box, I would be grateful.
Fine, if you insist. I will help you.
Okay.
By the smell, I think that the jojoba oil spilled on the other bottles, leaving their labels illegible.
Oh my goodness, really?
Which one is Masterman's toothache remedy? The weighing scale is soaked in jojoba oil. It's unusable. This old...
Oh! That's funny, okay.
To start, I must first arrange the vials from the lightest to the heaviest.
Okay. Yellow, blue. Blue is heavier than yellow. Is blue heavier than black? It is indeed, but is the black heavier than yellow? Yellow is heavier than black, so it goes black, that. Green, blue. Blue is heavier. Is yellow heavier? It is indeed. Is black heavier? No! Green is heavier. Okay. Then we have the red and blue. Blue is heavier. Is blue heavier than yellow? Yes, yellow is heavier. Is green? No, it's not. So the red goes there. Black one, no. So this way. I think I messed it up. And green is heavier than the black one, so it goes this way. Perfect.
I think that I can easily guess which one is the clove oil.
Clove is 7 milligrams.
I don't
Aha.
think this is the remedy.
So lemon is the most heaviest one. That's 24. Well, let's go with the other one. 2 milligrams, 5 milligrams, 7 milligrams.
Here is Monsieur Masterman's remedy.
Okay, perfect. Amazing. Thank you. I have it. Here's your...
Here is your remedy. I hope it will help.
Thank you very much, sir. Well, I can finally speak without too much pain. I'm ready to answer your questions.
You are Monsieur Ratchet's valet?
Yes, sir, that is correct.
Were you told that your employer was murdered?
Yes, sir. A very shocking occurrence.
Perfect, amazing. I'm good at this. I'm really good at this. Nice. And voila. My little gray cells didn't let me hanging this time neither. Okay. The night of the crime.
At what hour did you last see Monsieur Ratchet?
It must have been around 9 p.m., sir. That or a little after. I went to bed around 10:30 p.m., same as the person who shares my room, Mr. Foscarelli. He almost immediately began snoring.
What did you do then?
I read, sir, and I spent a while soothing my toothache with clove oil and listening to the snoring.
Did you hear anything during the night?
Yes, my room snoring.
Okay, that's really funny. Smoker?
Are you a smoker?
Yes, sir. I have a cigarette now and then to relax.
Ratchet?
Tell me about your employer, Monsieur Ratchet.
I've been working for him for 9 months. I should not wish to speak ill of the dead, but he was not a gentleman, sir.
Did you know that he had enemies?
Yes, sir. I heard him discussing some threatening letters, sir, with Mr. McQueen.
Did he mention these letters to you?
He had been reading a letter when I came in. He asked me if I was the one who put it in his compartment. I told him that I had done no such thing, and he should report it to the police at the next station.
How did he respond?
He laughed, sir.
You're joking.
I do not joke, sir.
Forgive me, I can see you do not. Was he taking sleeping pills?
Always when traveling by train, sir. He said he couldn't sleep otherwise. Last night he asked me to give him 2. I did so, along with a glass of water. He dissolved them in the water.
Did you see him drink the water?
No, sir. I left right after I gave him the pills.
Okay, Ratchet Smoker?
Was Monsieur Ratchet a smoker?
No. He finds smokers disgusting.
Can you tell me again why you gave sleeping pills to Monsieur Ratchet?
Yes, I gave him the pills because when he takes the train, he has trouble sleeping. The letter must have worried him. He specifically asked me to prepare the sleeping pills. I didn't see him drink the water with the pills in it.
What evidence can help me prove?
No, I don't know. What the flip? This is... I have no idea. When he takes the train, he has trouble sleeping. Could that be?
Lying, and I will prove it.
That... So the letter must have worried him. I mean, it did, because he had a gun underneath his... pillow.
Monsieur, I believe you are not telling me the truth.
What? How can you say that?
Gun?
He received threatening letters. One, it seems, last night. Did you know he had a gun under his pillow? And even asked for my help to watch over him? I find it strange that he asked you for sleeping pills when he was afraid for his life and prepared to defend himself.
I'm sure I don't know. Maybe to calm his nerves, maybe out of habit.
It makes no sense.
Wait, please. Isn't it possible that Mr. Ratchet asked me to prepare the pills, but didn't plan to drink them for some reason?
It is possible. But I am a student of character, monsieur, and the Monsieur Ratchet you describe is not the man I met.
If you'll excuse me, my toothache is getting worse again.
I'm afraid this time you must prepare your own clove oil.
Interesting. Interesting story. Let's talk about him. 102. Hey there.
I believe I am addressing Monsieur Hector McQueen.
Guilty as charged.
I beg your pardon.
Oh, sorry. Just an expression. My father used to say it.
You must have had an interesting childhood. I am Captain Poirot.
No need to be modest. You're a detective.
You are Monsieur Ratchet's secretary?
I am Mr. Ratchet's secretary. Just over a year. I mainly take care of translating certain texts for him. Mr. Ratchet only speaks English.
Prepare yourself for a shock. Your employer, Monsieur Ratchet, is dead.
So they got him after all.
What do you mean? You are assuming he was murdered?
I know he had enemies.
Ratchet?
Can you tell me about Monsieur Ratchet?
He was American. He was an antiques dealer. I don't know much more. Mr. Ratchet never talked about himself or his life, but I think Ratchet wasn't his real name. And he left the United States to run away from something, or someone.
Yes?
He started getting letters, threatening letters.
Do you still have them?
I have one.
Did you know that Monsieur Ratchet had asked for my help?
Asked you? No, I didn't know.
He knew he was in danger. When did you last see him?
Last night around 10 o'clock, I should say.
Did you like your employer, Monsieur McQueen?
No, I did not. He was, I'm sure, a cruel and dangerous man.
The night of the crime?
Can you tell me your movements last night?
I went back to my compartment. I read a little. In Belgrade, I went out onto the platform to smoke, but it was cold. I quickly went back in. I then went to Mr. Ratchet's compartment to take some dictation for him. I left around 10 o'clock. I saw Captain Arbuthnot We ended up chatting in my compartment. Then we went out on the platform to quickly stretch our legs at Minkowski. He left around 2 o'clock.
Thank you. I will need to check Monsieur McQueen's story with Captain Arbuthnot.
Yeah. Because also the button that ended up in the room of McQueen. Interesting story, but let's see more.
I found a diary in Monsieur Ratchet's safe. Did you know about it?
I kept a business appointment book, but I know he had a personal diary as well. That looks like it.
Smoker?
Are you a smoker?
Yes, I smoke cigarettes. I've tried to quit, but no luck.
Shredding
Can
letters?
you give me this letter, please?
Of course, here it is.
Time to die. Okay.
Was Monsieur Ratchet a smoker?
No, he hated the smell of smoke.
Okay. Well, not much has got. Ratchet talked to Miss Michel. What can be deducted from the exchange with Mr. Michel on the evening of the murder? Cite two elements of interesting from encounter with Mr. Michel on the evening of the murder. Mr. Michel saw Ratchet for the last time around 10 months. Ratchet only speaks English. She apparently spoke in French during the night of the murder. I mean, it's not Ratchet who spoke to Mr. Michel. And these two. No, really? What? Wait, I didn't even read them. Mr. McQueen saw Ratchet for the last time around 10 p.m. Let's call Mr. Michel at 12:37. So murderer pretended Ratchet was still alive at 12:37 a.m. Huh.
The murderer may have impersonated Ratchet by calling Monsieur Michel to make it seem that Ratchet was still alive at 12:37 a.m. My little gray cell.
No, let me down. Damn, that's nice. But look what we have done. This is the craziest game I've played so far. Craziest murder mystery game because it's one case. And look how big we just done in one episode. This is like one and a half of episode. But still, it's so much. This is just chapter 2, bro. We have entire game. Registered sleeping pills. The killer then murdered him in his room and waited the escape while Mr. Michel was not in the corridor. Which makes sense. What is the most likely hypothesis? So, Ratchet takes sleeping pills. The murderer enters Ratchet's room. He kills him with the gun and hides it under his pillow. He disguises the crime as a crime of passion with a knife. He waits for Mr. Michel to take a break to leave the room. I don't think this is the case. Michel could take a break to leave the room, which is really smart and nice. And like he said, Ratchet only spoke French for the entire night, so somebody impressioned Ratchet, with which leads a circle of suspects to only French people, or well, it could be more suspects though. But if we see it from this point, whoa! Did I just break my mic? How did this happen? What the flip? I just broke my mic somehow. I don't even know how, but it just fell off. Guys, what the flip? It is working, but my button is broken. Is this glue? Yeah, it is. It is glue. It is glue. Okay, now it's back. Somehow, but we have to glue it again. Damn. Okay. But it is... We're back at it, but it's broken. It is also fluffing, so I can always pull it out somehow. Okay, that sounds weird. But the kills he kills him with the gun and hides under his pillow is not the case for sure, because if that happened, we will have gunshots and also bullets. So, oops! Okay, so it's not the case for sure. The second case, Ratchet takes sleeping pills. The murderer enters Ratchet's room. He stabs him with a knife. He calls Mr. Michel to make believe the Ratchet is still alive. He opens the window to escape, but the train is stuck in the snow. He waits for Mr. Michel to take a break to leave the room. Most likely one, but let's see the third one too. Ratchet takes sleeping. The murderer enters the Ratchet's room. He stabs him with his knife. He calls Mr. Michel to pretend the Ratchet is alive. He opens the window and flees. No, because it's stuck in. We would see the footprint, so it's the second one. Nice. Thank you very much. Okay. The killer stabbed Ratchet, then snuck out of the bedroom unseen. So Mr. Masterman and McQueen a suspect. If I'm not mistaken, McQueen is the yellow one. So I don't think that McQueen is the suspect. No. I think he's not the suspect because, as he said, he was speaking only in French, so somebody impressioned him. But he saw him at 10 p.m. last time, and then he went to sleep. But only thing we have to check out is he actually was he actually speaking to the captain of the corridor or something? And then we also have the Mr. Masterman, which is yes, indeed a suspect.
This is the most likely answer.
But I'm not sure if I said no, would that count or would that be false? I will have to check it out though. I'll check that out. But he's for sure the thing with sleeping pills, and then oh my god, my tooth again hurt, blah blah, and then the sleeping pills also that he gave him, and he said he put him in the water, but he didn't saw him drink it. Could he maybe play the role there? Could he also like be in that position to be like, yeah, I gave him the sleeping pill just to sell out the story, but in the meantime we found the gun underneath his pillow, which doesn't make sense. Like Poho said, why would you freaking give him pillows for sleeping if you had a gun underneath your pillow? It doesn't make sense. So let's proceed further. Okay, I have to give the report the book. Can I exit it?
The train is completely trapped because of the avalanche. Hopefully not for too long.
Yeah, I hope so, bro. I hope so, Pajo. Because if that happens, maybe another murder is gonna happen. So who knows what could this happen? But let's just go back to the section. They're really sus. Everything is sus to me. Well, some of them are not. Some of them are. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Maybe they teamed up. Maybe they're together. Maybe not. But I think I can exclude and include somebody from the team. But at the same time, it is still really sus, to be honest. Everybody, like these 3 rooms, and then also Michel. I don't think he's the one. I think I'm 90% sure he isn't, but maybe he also is. Who the flip knows? I have no idea, but hey, we will see what happens. Let's go to Book and I'll talk to him about this. I don't think the Book did this because it would just destroy his own reputation of the train and the Orient Express. So I think Book is clear in this case, though.
Friend, have you found our killer?
Not yet, but I will tell you what I have learned.
Please.
Investigation.
Our assassin could have
Assassin!
disguised as a conductor, entered Ratchet's room and killed him. Then he walked out through Madame Hubbard's connecting door, where he lost a button from his jacket. He had to wait for Monsieur Michel to be absent. He waited too long. The train had left the station.
He was trapped aboard.
Indeed. He had opened the window to make it look that he'd escaped that way. However, if he waited until the train stopped again due to snow, his footprints would have been found.
The murderer is still among us, on the train.
There's a problem with the second-class toilets.
What now?
All morning passengers have been complaining that the door is locked, so I went to check. I knocked, but no one answered. I didn't think I should open it without speaking to you first.
You did well, Monsieur Michel. Lead the way.
Oh, damn.
I use my master key.
But who is she? Is she alive?
She is breathing.
Then if she isn't dead, isn't she our murderer?
That, my friend, is what we must find out.
Damn. What the fuck? I think she's the person who was checking over Ratchet. Second class, Istanbul to pair.
It reads Joanna Locke, traveling in compartment 105.
Okay.
Yes. Can you hear me?
No, she can't. Uh-huh.
She's breathing. Her pulse is strong. There is no sign of
Physical violence.
This woman is sleeping very soundly.
She's
This
alive.
woman is sound asleep. Given her location, I would say she has been drugged and deposited here.
Well, at least it's not another murder.
True. Damn. Roommate?
Is of course full.
Monsieur, the list I gave you indicates that Hildegard Schmidt shares her compartment.
I will want to talk to her later. For now, we will concentrate on this mysterious young lady. Let's return her to her more comfortable bed.
Good idea. Pierre, locate this woman's room and fetch the doctor.
Yes, sir.
Damn.
I will question her when she wakes up.
Please, let me know what you learn.
Mademoiselle Locke's compartment is 105. I suggest we return her to her more comfortable bed.
Yes, hopefully she will awaken soon.
Damn. Okay, interesting. Really interesting. Also, she has a roommate, which is also interesting. So that roommate could also be of some... Ooh, okay. Damn.
Cup of tea with white residue at the bottom.
True. Interesting. Anything else you can check? No. What do I do? Huh. The suitcase. Okay, let's check that part out. I also have the briefcase too, so it's gonna be interesting. Oh, another password I have to crack. Freaking Jesus Christ. There's nothing easy in this game. Okay. Okay. Oh, a missing button.
A briefcase and a wagon-lee conductor's jacket. And the button is missing.
Damn. Anything else? No. Is that it? That is it. But I still need a password though. That I can't really access. Aha! That's how I...
You know what you're doing. It is booby-trapped, is it? Poirot, what if the briefcase...
Bro! Shut the flip up!
So, Poirot, any luck so far? No, that's mine. I never remember my passwords. So I...
Can you shut up?
Book. Silent like a mouse, please.
I'm sorry. You're right. I'll be quiet now. You need to concentrate. I will not utter another word. Not one.
Book. There will be another murder on the Orient Express in a moment.
Book. Bro. Okay. Nice. Got it, boys.
The stuffed animal is the same as in the...
Yeah, on the crime scene we found it.
What a coincidence.
What?
Appears to have been investigating Monsieur Ratchet.
True. Could she be her dad? Room 203, work, damn.
Mademoiselle Locke seems very interested in our victim.
Of course. She has studied her target.
Possibly.
Possibly, true, damn. She's a policeman.
Her driver's
Driver
license
license.
confirms her identity. She is American.
These are fake IDs. It's certain.
You think it's fake? Could be though. I don't know. The badge?
This badge says that Joanna Locke is an American detective with the Berkshire Police Department in Massachusetts.
An American police officer? Oh,
A gun.
She has a gun.
come, Poirot. Criminals are often known to carry one.
Ratchet was stabbed, not shot. But then why take it on the train?
She's waking up.
Thanks to you, I would not be surprised if our murder victim were also waking up.
What?
I don't know. This is too much, bro. I am too tired for this, but we have to think about it.
My head. What's all the yelling about?
Who are you? Give me a good reason why you should not be in handcuffs.
I can give you a reason book. Whose handcuffs will we use? I have none. Do you?
Well,
You are Joanna Locke, mademoiselle?
Yes, Joanna Locke. I'm a detective. Berkshire, Massachusetts Police.
I have found your credentials, mademoiselle.
And I know who you are, Mr. Poirot.
Then, if the introductions are complete, perhaps the
Can
explanation...
may begin. Okay, nice. Love it. Love to hear that.
I'll try. It's simple, really. I'm on the trail of a murderer.
She's having so much pauses between speaking, though, which is not really a good sign. I don't know, maybe it is. I am quite interested. My brain is not braining enough. Too much information in such a short period of time. Too much people. I don't know their name. And it's late. And yesterday I was partying and my brain is not really functioning normally. So I can't really make good decisions. But I'm trying my best, guys. So hit the like button if you like me and if you like this episode. So thank you so much. I appreciate your love a lot. This is like a blessing. So thank you so much for the love and support and happiness. I hope we'll find a murderer, though, because he needs to be stopped. But so much stuff happens. Then I'm not quite sure what to do and what to
I had
expect.
just been promoted to detective
But
after
let's
5
see.
years on patrol. It was my first time on a major case. It had been a month since Daisy Armstrong was kidnapped. The Armstrongs were desperate for some sign of hope. I was there only for paperwork, to fill in some blanks.
Whoa! What? Daisy Armstrong case. Oh, that's the case she's looking at in the picture. Daisy Armstrong, 3-year-old girl, daughter of John and Sonia Armstrong. Victim was taken sometime on the evening of February 24, 2019. That was 4 years ago, if we are talking present. The abduction took place at the Armstrong residence where receptions will begin held. Monsieur, Daisy's nanny, discovered the child's disappearance at approximately 10:45
The
p.m.
investigation is now part of a pile of investigations, and my captain sent me here just to dot some I's and cross some T's.
A letter was found outside the child's bedroom window. It was used to remove Daisy from the house. The window, usually locked from inside, was found open. 4-wheel drive tracks were found in the woods near the house. No party guests drove a 4x4 or 4x4.
How could the kidnapper know which was the window of Daisy's room? No, they could use a ladder to reach it, and no, they could enter the room without being seen.
True. After law enforcement protocols were in place, the Armstrongs followed the ransom demand instruction and paid the ransom $1 million on March 1st, 2019. Since then, there has been no further communication from the kidnappers, and Daisy. Sorry, guys, I had to put it closer to my mouth so it sounds cooler. And Daisy has not been returned. The investigation is ongoing. Have 1 million ready. In 2-3 days, we'll inform you where to deliver the money. We caution you not to go public or talk to the police. The child is in safe
The
hands.
misstatements are clearly on purpose, and they didn't return the child when the ransom was paid.
Ergo at the V or maybe it has 2, 3 form. Oh. Go the goer. Or go. Gore the org. I don't know. John Armstrong 30 occupation entire colon.
With so many people in the house.
Statement. We were hosting a social event to raise money for a local museum. There were many people, some of them total strangers to us, and we were all very busy. Then we heard Suzanne, Daisy's nanny, screaming. It must have been 10:45 p.m. or 10:50 p.m. My wife and I went upstairs to Daisy's room. Suzanne was crying hysterically. Daisy was no longer in her bed, and on her pillow was a ransom note.
I can't imagine the pain her parents felt when they realized Daisy was gone. How are they going to feel when they realize I have no answers for them?
I know. Statement. The last time I saw Daisy was about 10:30 p.m. where I went up to check on her in her room. I noticed Suzanne was not around, but Daisy was sleeping peacefully. I stayed with her for 10 minutes or so. I assumed Suzanne would return soon, so I rejoined the party. Okay, it was about 10:30.
That's why I'm here. A damn computer glitch. Or somebody pushed delete instead of save. Whatever happened, we lost the nanny's deposition. So my entire contribution to
Oh, so we have no info on the nanny. Telephone record for the day of the abduction for the Armstrong and Mrs. Morris. Sonia Armstrong called Dad, Sonia Armstrong, John Armstrong, Suzanne, John. Called 911. They called the same number 5 times. No, okay. 2 times. Okay, they called the same number 2 times, which is sus. Suzanne and John. Sonia, I'm sure Suzanne. So Suzanne and John called the same number 2 times. That's it. Okay. Oh, I had to click it. Okay, beautiful. Then we also have something in the briefcase.
A topographical map. Often more important than a road map in these mountains.
Okay. Ooh, look at the house they are living in, boyos. That's what we are talking about. Damn, that's some good stuff. No wonder why they freaking did the thing. Okay. Can enter the house. Ooh, what a story, bro.
Good evening. Colonel Armstrong?
Yes. You're the detective they phoned about.
Joanna Locke.
I don't remember you.
I'm newly assigned to the case.
It's about time more detectives were involved. My wife, Sonia, she hasn't been herself. Every day is a waking nightmare for us. Tell me you've uncovered something new.
I'm here to speak to your daughter's nanny. There was a computer problem. Her earlier statement has been lost.
Oh, I see. We had hoped. Well, do as you wish. I won't be far if you need me.
Thank you. I love their house. It's so cool and everything is just nice. We should also save the game, guys, before we proceed further, if that's possible. I think this is chapter 3, though. Yeah, Daisy Armstrong. So this is chapter 3. And this might be a big move in our case, because it's gonna be connected probably to the case. The same picture Ratchet had in his safe, was it? Or something. So, I don't know. But we're gonna find out eventually. Can we enter these rooms or we can just go? Okay, I think we can't. Okay, I'll just go upstairs. What a nice freaking house they have. This is what I'm talking about. I mean, it's not that nice, but it just the entrance looks so cool. I love it. Okay, Where do I go? Okay, this room. Oh, this is the room of Daisy, I assume. No, it's her mother.
Hello, are you Suzanne Moreau, Daisy's nanny?
Yes?
Oh, this is Nanny.
I'm Joanna Locke, a detective working on Daisy's case.
Is there any news?
I'm afraid not.
How can I help you?
I'm really sorry. I'm afraid I have to take your statement again concerning the evening of Daisy's disappearance. There was a computer problem. Your statement was accidentally deleted.
Of course. I want to help any way I can.
Sorry, the
Tell
kidnapping.
me about that night in your own words.
The Armstrongs had a party to raise money for a museum, I think. Mrs. Armstrong is on their board. I was in charge of Daisy. I stayed with the little one all evening, playing with her and reading books to her. She couldn't sleep with all the noise and the comings and goings.
Abduction?
When did you notice Daisy was missing?
I was only gone 5 minutes to phone my mother. She's in the hospital. When I returned, Daisy wasn't in her bed. I thought she might have gone to look at the party, but then I saw the ransom note on her pillow. I screamed and screamed. I couldn't stop.
Notice
Did you
anything?
notice anything unusual before that?
I was with Daisy all evening. Finally, she fell asleep. I didn't see anyone else or notice anything in particular.
Do you
And
have
then
any
the-
idea who did this?
No! I can't see who could have done such a horrible thing. The Armstrongs are such good people. Like my own family.
Thank you for giving me your statement again. I'll get back to you if I have any questions.
I won't be far.
I have to check something
That's
in the
Suzanne's
meantime.
statement. But her answers need some checking.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Check the facts in the files. Which, if I'm not mistaken, Suzanne called the same number John Armstrong called. That could not be a coincidence. And I don't know which time it was, but at the same time, she called her mother that was in the hospital that night, and she came back to Daisy, and Daisy wasn't there. Interesting story, but we have to check it out, though.
Lyon, in France. A toy train. Now
Okay.
here I am on a real one.
Do I have to do anything else? This is it. Checking the facts in the files. The Armstrong hosted a party to raise money for a museum, I think. The last time I saw Daisy was about 10:30 p.m. when I went up to check on her room. Aha, so it's one element which does not match Mrs. Maria's assessment about a phone call. Ah, from these three. Okay, so the Armstrongs hosted a party to raise money for a museum, I think. The last time I saw Daisy was about 10:30 p.m. when I went up to check on her room. Wait, is this Sonia? But this is Suzanne, what the flip? But Daisy was sleeping peacefully. I stayed with her for 10 minutes or so. Oh, wait, the Armstrongs hosted a party to raise money for a museum, I think. Mrs. Armstrong is on their board as usual for events like this. I was in charge of Daisy. I stayed with the little one all evening, playing with her and reading books to her. She had trouble getting to sleep with all of the she returned soon, so I joined the party. The last time I saw Daisy was about 10:30 p.m. when I went up to check on her in her room. I stayed with the little one.
Nothing shocks me here. This information does not correspond to what
That's what I'm
Suzanne
saying.
said. Suzanne said she left Daisy alone for
5 minutes.
But Mrs. Armstrong says she stayed with Daisy for a while and Suzanne did not return.
Makes sense, right?
The detective gets it right.
Yes, sir. Give me that. Karshak story. The accounts given by Mr. Armstrong and Mr. Mazzeo do not match perfectly. I'll have to check. That's what I'm saying. That was what I'm saying. It doesn't really check. Where is the missus? I will have to talk to her though. This is probably Daisy's room. Yeah, and this is probably her room. Because it's pink, so it seems like a Daisy's room though. She's pregnant. Damn, interesting.
Toy castle. When I was a kid, I had a blue
Police station.
and a tiny squad car with a siren that really
That's funny. Who else a
The world
painting?
through the eyes of a child seems so sweet.
Yeah. Also a cat. Why is she so obsessed with these cats? And it looks like a squid cat though. What the heck are those paws? But let's talk to
Mrs.
her.
Armstrong, my name is Joanna Locke. I'm a detective investigating the kidnapping of your daughter. May I talk to you? When is your baby due? Mrs. Armstrong? Sonia?
I don't want to talk. I just want to see my daughter again. That's all that matters.
The poor woman. I can't imagine how she feels.
Okay, missing daughter. Damn, you're not giving me help. Select element in the file which can confront Mrs. Armstrong.
Shocks me here.
Oops, sorry. Select element in the file which can comfort. Well, only this. No. Maybe telephones. I don't know. What can I comfort her about?
Nothing shocks me here.
Maybe her picture. I don't know.
Hey, I'm a pretty good detective after all.
Yeah, you are. Cross checkup story. My map. Can I talk to her again? Show her the photo of
Mrs.
Daisy.
Armstrong? Let me show you this.
Daisy, my little Daisy. I miss her so much. How good it is to see her face.
I can't imagine the pain you're feeling right now.
She loved her little stuffed animal, Fluffy.
Fluffy! Damn! So cute.
Well, they didn't have to. That means they wouldn't hurt her, doesn't it?
Every lead will be followed up. You have my word on that.
Thank you. I shouldn't lose hope. Somehow.
I know it isn't my case, but I just made a promise, and I mean to keep it.
Mrs.
Do you
Maro.
know where I can find Miss Maro?
She's in her room. Last door on the left.
Tell me about the night Daisy was taken, especially anything about your daughter and Suzanne Maro.
Apart from seeing to our guests, I took a moment to check on Suzanne and Daisy in Daisy's room. Suzanne wasn't there, but Daisy was asleep. I sat with her for 10 minutes or so. Suzanne didn't return while I was there, but there's no reason for her to sit there all night when Daisy is asleep. I went back downstairs.
Okay, this is checking up. But from my point of view, what I'm thinking at the moment is, I think personally, oh, I have some cables connected. I'm sorry. From what I'm seeing here and what came to my mind, is I think, do you know how they perfectly find the letters to put them on the window so the murderers, or well, the kidnappers could come in and take the Daisy from them? You know how it perfectly needs to be, and you know, like they said, how would they know that nobody could see them, or how would they know that nobody could do anything? And especially she's her babysitter, so her pay is not good. Maybe that $1 million would be good. So from my point of view, the not matching up story with Mrs. Armstrong came to my mind. It just comes to my mind that she's lying, and I think she's in the deal or in the group with the murderers, and they all want to take Daisy and take the money. So I think she was the one who's.
More questions?
Of course.
Anything I can do. Okay.
Anything I can do.
Okay, the stories Sonia and Suzanne tell.
Yep. That's what I'm saying. Suzanne called the same number John called. That's a fact. That's a fact. You can't prove me otherwise. I was only going Sonia Armstrong, John, Suzanne. Why would you call the same number? 10:45 p.m. She called the number. I was only 5 minutes to my phone, my mother. She's in the hospital. When I returned, Daisy wasn't in her bed. I thought she may have gone to look at the party, but then I saw the ransom note on her pillow. I screamed and screamed, I couldn't stop. 10:11 to 10:45. Exact time when they took Daisy.
Exactly what Suzanne told me earlier.
Yeah.
Suzanne was on the phone more than 5 minutes.
34 minutes to be exact.
One for the good guys.
Let's go. Okay, let's talk to Suzanne. Something is not right here, I see. Hello, kidnapper.
If I understand you correctly, you left Daisy when she was not asleep?
The party was very loud. Daisy was too wound up to sleep. I read her a Motley Mule detective story to try and put her to sleep. Daisy finally fell asleep. Right before Motley Mule solved his case in the book I was reading her. I had to make a quick phone call. No more than 5 minutes. But when I came back, Daisy was gone.
Quick phone call, you say? No more than 5 minutes. If we can roll up our book, please. Oops! 34 minutes you speaking on the phone. Well,
Are you sure you were only gone for
5 minutes.
What does it matter? It was very quick.
Well, maybe it wasn't just a 5 minutes.
Say you were only away 5
Excuse me, Mrs.
Mrs. Armstrong
Line.
said she was alone there more like 10 minutes. And the phone record shows that you stayed on the call for more than
34 minutes, girl. 34.
Extremely ill. It's difficult for me. I may have lost track of time. When I came back, Daisy had disappeared. It must have been a coincidence.
You have to be precise, Suzanne. A little girl's life is at stake.
Why are you doing this? I didn't do anything wrong. I would never hurt Daisy.
I need to check Suzanne's story. She's panicking. Why now?
Why is she afraid of? Why don't we just call the number she called and see if it's her mother?
I should see if the Armstrongs can confirm what Suzanne told me.
A suffering mother. How likely is that story? I don't think that's true, bro. Let's see what's poppin'. Suffering mother. Call Mrs. Mother to go check on her alibi. But I have to... but I have to find the number, though, to be honest. Okay, Miss Miller goes to make her phone call. Okay, so this is for sure. So the kidnapper takes Daisy, that's here. On the side of the bedroom, and leaves. So kidnapper enters to the front door. He enters. Then the Maro goes to make a phone call and says, okay, Daisy's alone in her room. The kidnapper climbs the stairs. Kidnappers place the ladder under Daisy's bedroom, takes Betty, and goes back. No!
Think.
It's a phone call, enters, goes up, gets Daisy, climbs down. Bingo! Let's go! We're good at this stuff. I mean, that makes sense. They place a letter, grab Daisy, place a letter to go down. Doesn't really make sense.
Under the window to Daisy's room. Then he joins the party. Just one guest in the crowd. He somehow knows when Suzanne leaves the room, then sneaks upstairs. He opens Daisy's window, carries her down the ladder, and vanishes.
Makes sense. Is there a way I can get out for a second? Nice. But I need a phone call record, and I can't find it though here, right? Or can I? 2140, 2140, 2140, 2140, 2140. 2140, 2140. Okay, 2140. 2140. 2140. 2140. Okay. Let me just check something else though while I'm here. Maybe that wouldn't really make sense, but I wanna do it as it does make sense. Can we walk here? No, I can't. Okay, so made it that way. Just to see, because the Daisy's room is there, so she could just jump there and get over the window. Doesn't matter. 2140. So let's make a phone call though. See what's popping. Can we also talk to him? We can talk to him. Damn.
Fairy tale.
Okay. Let me just suffering mother 2140. Let's call her and check her alibi.
That
contact your service provider.
Okay, we cannot
The
access
number Suzanne called is not in service? A hospital?
a hospital. Really nice. How are
How
you?
are you doing? Are you holding up?
You know, in the
I
military,
forgot about
I'm
him
supposed to have
totally.
the stiffest of upper lips. The Desert War taught me that soon enough. But this, it's difficult. Damned difficult. Harder on my good lady, of course.
Mrs. Morel?
Do you know where I can find Miss Moreau?
Her room is upstairs across the hall from Daisy's. She seldom leaves it.
Okay, Miss Morel's
Did you
schedule.
see Miss Moreau during the party?
I remember seeing her at some point, but otherwise, no. I was too busy with my guests. Wear the smile, shake the proffered hand.
Ms. Moreau told me she called her mother.
Well, why not? I believe they are very close, and the poor woman is not well. She needs some experimental treatment that isn't available yet in France.
Okay, verify Miss
I won't
Morel's
be long.
story.
Take whatever time you need.
Okay. Can we talk to the mom? Is she gonna tell us anything or not?
I spoke with Suzanne. She was phoning her mother. That's why you didn't see her when you went to check on Daisy.
Yes, her mother. I tried to call the poor woman earlier that week, but the hospital said she's been in a medically induced coma for more than 2 months.
Suzanne told me she called her mother, but she would have known her mother was in a coma.
Yeah, for 2 months. What? That's really sus, though. I told you it was a logical answer, though. She's involved in the kidnapping.
The number you called that night is no longer in service.
I don't understand. That's the number the hospital gave me to call my mother's room.
Phone call?
You told me you were on the phone with your mother when Daisy was abducted.
As we said earlier, I didn't pay attention and was on the phone longer than I said. But since my mother is very ill, she had to leave her hometown, Lyon, because the treatment is not approved yet in France. She is in an hospital in Boston for a special treatment. I call her every night to check on her. When I came back, Daisy was gone. I'll never forgive myself.
Whoa. I didn't pay attention and I was on the phone longer than I did. What here paints a picture is her mother is very sick. She probably needs a bunch of money for treatment. She doesn't have that money because, as she says, she's a babysitter, working for a really rich family, but it doesn't make sense because her salary could be really low, which paints another picture that we have right here is I didn't pay attention and was on the phone longer than I said. Yes, but you didn't really talk to your mother. You talked to the kidnappers to kidnap the baby, get $1 million, and probably split some money or give you the money for your treatment and also for you to have a bunch of money. But I guess she did it for the mother because she's in coma, she's really sick and everything, so makes sense. My mother is very ill, she's in a hospital in Boston for a special treatment. Okay, makes sense. I call her every night to check on her, which also can be a lie, and when I came back, Daisy was, she was in coma for 2 months.
Sure you called your mother?
Yeah.
Every night since she was admitted in December.
Well, coma.
Suzanne, I think you really care for Daisy. If you do, then tell me the truth. You can't have been calling your mother while she's in a coma.
My mom really is in a hospital in Boston. She really is in a coma. I wasn't calling her. I was on the phone with my boyfriend, Noah.
Why lie about it? Why are you panicking?
Because he's gone. I haven't heard from him since the night of the kidnapping. I'm afraid he's somehow connected to Daisy's disappearance. That he was just using me somehow. But I swear I talked to him.
Oh.
Yes, for more like 30 minutes that night. So he couldn't have kidnapped Daisy at the same time we were talking.
But he could have kept you talking so someone else could take Daisy.
Yes, you can see why I lied. Can't you? I was afraid you'd suspect me of having something to do with it.
Yeah, I did.
Understand that, can't you?
Suzanne, I want to believe you, but you've made it harder to find Daisy. Do you realize that?
Oh my god. What have I done?
What's most important is not what you've done, but what you do now. Go. I'll be back to talk to you. No more lies, Suzanne. For Daisy. No more lies. Noah,
Damn.
Might lead us to that little girl. I am on this case now.
Noah.
Or not.
What's the name of Ratchet? Was it Noah? No? Book. French to English. Romeo and Juliet. Damn, that's a nice book. Detective. Bingo.
Diary? Let's see if I can shine some light on it. A locked diary?
Okay, we have a diary that's locked, though. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Damn. Okay, we have a locked diary, though. Roses. Whoop, 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 whoop. Noah.
A card from the florist. It
Sounds like he has... That's a Noah. That's indeed a Noah. Victor Hugo.
Huh.
And some sort of glasses.
Oh, big surprise.
Glasses, yeah. That's funny. Okay, and the bottom one. Paris.
An Eiffel Tower keychain, but no key.
Yeah.
Small jewelry box. By the size, I'm guessing earrings.
Why don't you open it up? A ring and a key.
Key in a jewelry box.
For a diary, I assume. Okay, and a ring too. And then we also have a present.
Suzanne must have gone through a lot of tissues these past weeks.
Yeah, probably. A lot of cryings. Okay, we found a key, but we were gonna open up a diary in the next episode, guys. If you have enjoyed this episode, please hit the like and sub button. I love you. Thank you so much for the support and happiness, and it's just amazing to see you guys support a Murder on the Orient Express series or show. We're doing this the third episode. We have about probably 6 more. It's a huge serial, so be sure to get prepared. And for the entire probably half of December and November is gonna be for this game. So love y'all, guys. Thank you so much for the support, love and happiness. I appreciate your your support. Please hit the like and sub. Let's try to pass 11,000 subs. That would be really cool and amazing. I'm now at 10,000.4. So we need like a 600 more to hit 11,000, which is going to be incredible and amazing. And like and sub button will be really appreciated. So thank you so much. Yeah, Daisy case, really sus, really cool. I would love to see who killed her, or well, who kidnapped her, what happened with Daisy, and somehow I think she's connected to Daisy disappearance a lot in these pictures, and then we have to go back to the Orient Express, which I kind of lost the track of Orient Express story. Now we are on the Daisy case, so yeah. But love y'all, guys. Thank you so much. See you guys in the next one, probably tomorrow. I appreciate it a lot, and have a nice evening, morning, good afternoon. Peace out, guys. Bye.